All right. Ano, champion. Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Corana. Tonight's topic is careers in aviation. And joining us now are Jackie Hobson, the Global CREACS Training Director, whom we met earlier, and Miss Elena D'Argencio, and she is the Flight Attendant Training Program Consultant of Global CREACS. Welcome, ladies, to Philippines Uncut, our third and final segment. And, you know, we were talking about careers in aviation, and, you know, so now we're going to talk about sneak peek, a little look into the world of the flight attendant. And so let's have an introduction. Elena, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I was a flight attendant for a combined 16 years, working for 2 Middle East airlines, and now I have resigned and currently working for Global CREACS as a consultant.
Yes. Now, what does, I mean, you're in charge of the FA training program.
Yeah.
What are you preparing? I mean, like, what kind of help are you giving to people who want to become flight attendants?
The owner, Ms. Marla, was proposing for intensive 45 days, a preparation course for a flight.
45 days?
Yeah, that was the initial plan. And then while we're waiting for the formalities to finish, then we start with seminars and workshop on how to become a flight attendant. This is basically a coaching seminar that will teach or guide aspiring flight attendants to land their dream job of being a flight attendant.
So, you mean, I mean, you guys are helping people who are interested to become flight attendants to get through the front door.
Yes.
To enter the airlines.
The airlines, yes.
Because I understand it, airlines like Cathay Pacific or Philippine Airlines or the major airlines.
A lot of major Middle East airlines as well, like Qatar,
Emirates,
Saudi,
Etihad.
Emirates, yes.
They all have their own training institutes
Yes.
for their flight attendants. Jackie, how do you guys help? I mean, what kind of programs are you guys putting together with Elena?
Okay, as part of our program, we are actually trying to infuse more on the trainees, the future FA trainees, how to develop communication skills, of course, English proficiency, because that's really a part of it. Everything that they will be doing in the future entails speaking English. And also, we are planning to include safety in the waters, like swimming classes, procedures in the cabin, yes.
Things like that, no?
Yes.
First aid.
It's actually a simulation of the actual flight attendant experience. So we will teach them how to, the safety cabin procedure. The only exception is the aircraft types, because then we don't know which aircraft the airlines will be teaching them later on. So it's a general, comprehensive.
Like a crash course.
Yes.
So to speak.
Yes.
So how long is the usual training program for
For an airline?
Yeah.
Well,
average.
Average is about 2 months minimum.
Okay.
3 months, because there's a lot of practical training as well.
Yeah.
There's firefighting. There is.
Really?
Yes. We have to know how to operate
Of
the fire extinguisher.
But if there's a fire on board, no?
Yes, yes.
And electrical fire or
Yeah.
other kind of flammable liquid fire,
Yes.
how do you do it? Different techniques?
We are trained to deal with that. We have extinguishers on the
Okay,
desk.
I'm going to get to that, but let's go to the help you're giving them, because you said that you help people who want to enter the airlines. You help them get through that front door, that they're accepted in the flight attendant training program of airlines. But how come you give them these other skills that they will learn later on, if your objective is just to get them through the first interview, the first door?
I just would like to clarify.
Please.
We don't promise them a job yet.
Yeah.
We are preparing them. So in the aim of them getting the job, the flight attendant job. So
what kind of test, what kind of interview is there when say you apply for a job as a flight attendant in an airline? What kind of questions do they ask? What kind of requirements do they ask for?
Oh, a lot. I mean, it varies. I mean, there's no standard question that you can learn. They could come up with out of the blue questions.
I mean, there's
like,
an IQ test
how do you feel
that,
today? How are you today? They basically judge you not, in my experience, not by what you answer, but how you answer the question. So you have to show your confidence. So it's basically not the question itself.
But what are the basics involved in these interviews or these entrance tests? So to
What do you
speak.
mean by
I mean,
basic?
like basics, like are there IQ tests? Are there
Yeah,
are English proficiency
it,
tests?
it depends on
kind
the
of thing.
on the company. Some require
Physical tests as well. things like
physical,
that.
medical, or there's medical, of course. There is also a written exam, like psychological exam, how maybe testing you how prepared or how stably mental stable are you
Yes, yeah,
to land a job.
yes.
Yeah.
So, but you said in your training programs, you will try to compress, have
Yeah,
a crash
the
course.
seminars, the workshop is basically preparing or coaching them to, well, expose them on the several steps,
Yeah.
the recruitment process
Yeah, yeah.
of
But as I understand,
hiring.
you also give them, you also arm them with skills that give them that confidence that when they get through the door and they start the program
Yeah.
itself, at least it's not
That's the objective, yes.
Chinese to them. It's, you know, it's not, it's not
We will be
alien.
teaching them the history of aviation, the history of how being a flight attendant, the flight attendant profession. We will be teaching them the aviation lingo, the different words,
Aviation
terminologies that we use.
So it's not new to them anymore
Yeah.
when they get in.
But the concentration of the workshop will be on how they will be in the interview process. Primarily, because that's the first step of the hiring
Sure.
process. You know, the
Sure.
physical appearance, how they conduct themselves during the interview. So we will be teaching them and coaching them on that. We
Now-
will invite flight attendants, experienced flight attendants, also to do the talk and share their experience.
Now, Ellen, let's talk about your experience as a flight attendant. You know, a lot of people, like I said earlier, us consumers, when we fly, we only see the surface of the aviation industry, services
Yeah.
industry.
It's
We
the
only
smile you
see
see.
nice-looking ladies or men,
Yeah.
diba? And then serving drinks, doing the safety demonstration. But there's actually a lot more to being a flight attendant than
Yes.
that. Tell us a
Yeah.
bit about the thing that we don't see. I mean, how difficult the job is.
As in any service industry, you are basically a clown because you try to hide whatever problems, you leave it at home,
Sure,
and then when you're in the aircraft, you smile.
Absolutely.
You have to look pleasant and you have to look jolly in front of the passengers, and you have to maintain the standard of the airline, what they require of you. And what was the?
No, I mean, like it is basically a hospitality.
Yes.
It is
As
part of the
any
hospital
service,
industry.
yes,
Except
yes,
that you
yes,
guys
yes.
are
Up there,
30,000
in
feet
a
in the air.
confined space.
In a confined space.
Where
yeah.
you don't you don't have a pit stop or you don't have a parking space up. So whatever
Sure,
happens, it's
sure.
you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know? So presence of mind.
What are the other
Important.
trainings that you guys undergo that we don't see? What special skills do you bring as FAs to the aircraft, to the industry?
You start the basic training starts with the introduction to the aviation industry. They tell you why the aircraft flies, or then they tell you about a little bit of history. There's the company, training about the company. Then some airlines we start with the service portion of the training. So you are trained on how to do the economy service, business class service, and first class service. Each airline has a different approach. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
some start, they train you first class and economy altogether. Some airlines, they start you with economy, then you get upgraded to business class, then to first class. So you get separate trainings as you go, as you stay longer with the company. And then after the service training, you do the safety training.
There.
Yes.
Which is something we don't see.
Yes.
Because, I mean, the services thing, we're served,
That is the
Fine
80% of
wine
the flight
or,
attendant's job is safety.
yes,
Oh,
80%.
Yes.
Which is what you don't see, unless
Yeah,
there's an
what we don't
emergency.
see because we are trained how to save you.
Yes.
Yeah.
In what way? Like, what kind of training do FAs generally undergo when it comes to safety and security on board?
Okay, of course you have to know the parts of the aircraft, the door opening, emergency exits. We are trained to save. When it depends on the emergency, it's a crash landing or a
Wow.
water landing. How to operate the slides of the doors, how to inform or how to shout to passengers basically on emergency
It's
cases.
essentially crowd control, crowd management.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
in
You
a
have
crisis
to
situation, no?
evacuate passengers in 90 seconds.
And you have to do it. You have to be calm as well, because
Yes,
right.
you have to
Right?
be able to command
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because
the
when
passenger.
people are losing their heads in an emergency situation, we're
Yeah.
going to look to you guys
Yes.
to get us out of
So
this
you
jam,
have to be
no?
calm. Yes. Yeah. You are now the leader of the. They have to follow.
How, we all react differently during times of crises, no? How do you, they put that into you guys to under pressure that you're trained that, in a snap that, you have this bearing, you have this,
Yes.
this composure. How did they get that in you?
There is a portion in training where you have to mentally prepare yourself that every time you fly, you will have an emergency.
Ooh, ooh,
So
okay.
you always have that in mind that if this case, so you memorize, there are certain procedures that you have to memorize by heart or every takeoff and landing. Because emergencies normally happens takeoff and landing.
That's the most
Yes,
dangerous
that's the
part
most
of the flight.
dangerous
Sure,
part, yeah.
sure.
So we are required to mentally repeat it in our minds that, so when it happens, you are ready already.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have to, cram.
Do FAs undergo constant training with this? Because,
Yeah.
these skills are something that you need to keep
We-
sharp.
We call
no?
it recurrent or refresher training.
How
so every
often do you-
there are training that requires you to renew it every year, and there are
Mm.
trainings that you required to do. You are required to do every 2 years.
What about basic first aid? Like, I've been on planes and there have been announcement. Is there a
Yeah.
doctor on board? Like that, like
Yeah.
that? Like, do you guys have basic CPR, basic,
Yes, CPR,
resuscitation techniques? That kind of thing?
Defibrillator, they use now defibrillator
Yeah.
for CPR. How to deal with childbirth.
Wow.
Women giving. Yeah, we
So-
have.
so you guys know how to do
lots
that?
of- yes, yes, yes.
Wow.
In some airlines, there are specific. I mean,
Childbirth.
yeah, task.
Have you ever had any kind of experience like that, like emergencies?
Childbirth, no.
No, but like the other things, like medical, like you have to revive someone.
Yeah,
that
we
kind
have
of
a death on board.
thing. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, we had a death on board. We had a mentally drained.
So you have to be
person.
equipped with the skills to
Yes,
have all
yes.
those things.
They provide with all this training.
And then okay, finally let's talk about the downside. What's the most difficult aspect of becoming a flight attendant? Because a lot of people I know, they want to become flight attendants. It's very glamorous. You fly around the world. You have these nice outfits, cute little hats and bags. What is the difficult part about
Well,
your
you
job?
must remember that if you want to be a flight attendant, you have to have a sincere love for serving people. This is the basic requirement, because you may be trained and you pass all the training. You may have intelligence, but then when you are there actually, you might not like the job. You are not emotionally prepared dealing with the job. Some people
Sure.
have difficulty, and there's also the psychological part when you are away. Some people, like you are deployed in the Middle East. It's a different culture, and you will be away maybe a year. The time you don't, and
The hours are sometimes
Yes.
bad, like that. Oh.
it's the time zone difference affects your body as well. So you have to really be fit, and you have to take the rest required, and
So it is a tough job also. So
It is
a tough job. So a lot of people should keep that in mind. Those who want to become
yes,
FAs.
to be nice.
It's not
to the
all
FAs.
being
It's not all
cute
glamour,
and,
yeah.
and glamorous, no? Excellent, excellent. Now, we have about 30 minutes to close. Jackie, thank you so much for coming to the show and introducing this company to us. Maybe last words from you. Tell us how to get in touch with you guys at Global Creacts.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having us
Pleasure.
here. If you have questions or if you're interested in trainings that we are offering, please do call 802-1811. And just a little sharing that we have here. We already are offering the first in the Philippines EASA Part 66, Category A. We are an approved training and examination center. So to all AMTs who are interested to get this specific certification, you may call us at 802-1811.
And for all the men and women who want to become FAs, no?
FAs.
Yes.
Approach you guys and you
Yes,
guys are in the
yes,
right
yes,
hands.
yes.
You can point them in the right direction, get them all
Yes.
set for the first big interview.
Yeah.
Excellent. Jackie, thank you so much. And
Thank
of course,
you.
Elena,
Thank you very much.
Maybe in the future we can do a more in-depth
Yes.
on the flight attendant, because it's a fascinating job, I think, and
really.
something that's very underrated.
Still the most
Right.
sought after and job in the
Hey, I mean,
world.
it's
Yes. because of
And you get to fly for
perks and
free.
the benefits.
So-
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, guys, join us again next week on the show where we talk about what matters to you guys, because you guys matter the most. See you next week. I mean, you're in charge of the FA training program.
Yeah.
What are you preparing? I mean, like, what kind of help are you giving to people who want to become flight attendants?
The owner, Ms. Marla, was proposing for intensive 45 days preparation course for a flight.
45 days.
Yeah, that
Okay.
was the initial plan. And then while we're waiting for the formalities to finish, then we start with
The flight attendant. And so let's have an introduction. Elena, tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I was a flight attendant for a combined 16 years, working for two Middle East airlines, and now I have resigned and currently working for Global Creax
Yes.
as a consultant.
Yes. Now, what does
Seminars and workshop on how to become a flight attendant. This is basically a coaching seminar that will teach or guide aspiring flight attendants to land their dream job of being a flight attendant.
So you mean, I mean, you guys are helping people who are interested to become flight attendants to,
Yes.
to get through the front door,
Yes,
to
put
enter
to get
the airline. All right. Champion. Welcome back to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Canana. Tonight's topic is careers in aviation. And joining us now are Jackie Hobson, the Global Creax Training Director, whom we met earlier, and Miss Elena D'Argencio, and she is the Flight Attendant Training Program Consultant of Global Creax. Welcome, ladies, to Philippines Uncut, our third and final segment. And, you know, we were talking about careers in aviation, and, you know, so now we're going to talk about sneak peek, a little look into the world of